And welcome back to The Nose Plays with our second attempt to try to live stream my first impressions of this wonderful new game. U-Boat is the name of the game. German Submarine Warfare is our claim to fame. So, U-Boat is a new game. It's been in development for a little while by Deepwater Studios. It is a World War II German submarine simulator and is quite interesting for someone like me who grew up playing old World War II submarine simulators like Silent Service, 688 Attack Sub on my really old 386 PC. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty big update from those style of games. And so I've always had sort of a fascination with World War II submarines. I've followed a number of games, and this is one I've had my eye on for a while. It was recently on sale, so I went ahead and picked it up. This is a first impression video. I have not actually played any of this game at all. I'm literally sitting in the menus here for the last 20 or 30 minutes trying to figure out how to get my stream to go smoothly. I think I've got it ironed out though. We turned the graphics settings down a little bit and made a few other minor adjustments, and I think we're in a pretty good position to actually get some gameplay for you guys. That being said, let's just go ahead and run through a couple of the menus before we get into the game. So we've got our gameplay menu, which lets us change a couple of things, and you'll notice that I got the frame rate back up to around 60-ish, so that's good. Graphics I set to the good preset quality, and that seemed to fix a lot of the stuttering issues that I had earlier. But here's all your graphic settings, quite a few things that you can tweak, and if you have a more powerful system than what I'm running, you can definitely crank those up a little bit higher and get some more fidelity, I suppose. Audio settings are pretty standard. Controls, I won't know whether I need to make any changes to this until we actually get into the game a little bit. And then the keyboard, I do want to take just a minute to look at the keyboard settings. So spacebar is the pause button. That will be pretty helpful for us. There are times where we're going to want to pause the game and sort of execute orders for everybody. Increasing the engine gears. Quick save and quick load are F8 and F9. Okay, so it looks like the F keys tend to open up different things. Rudder tool, depth meter, telegraph, open our journal, increase interface sizes, page up or page down. We have a number of characters that we can control. It looks like up to 9. Forward, backwards, so WASD. And toggle map M. Switch to FPP, so this is again, the F keys are going to change our view or our we'll just say view. The number keys control our crew. First person perspective, we can actually go inside of one of our crew members, it looks like. Change crew. Binoculars are B, flashlight is F. We can sprint. Left shift. Okay. Gunnery. Right click to zoom, left click to fire. I'm not going to remember any of this. Well, we'll definitely have to come back. I think I left the tooltips enabled, so we should be able to middle click for time compression. Okay, KL. So we can adjust time if we want to speed time up. Toggle the cheat console, that's interesting. Alright, I'm not gonna... There's a whole bunch. We're not gonna get through all of this. So, let's go ahead and start a new game. Let's see what it's like. Tutorial. U96, U552, or U564. Let's see. Learn the basics of the game. If you are new to U-Boat, it is strongly recommended to play this scenario first to learn the most important game mechanics. Warning, this scenario will be removed during next month and replaced with a different approach of educating new players about the game. Difficulty normal. 1939 is the beginning of the war. Earlier in the war, things tend to be a little bit easier. There aren't quite as many things trying to kill you, from what I understand. So let's just go ahead and do the tutorial. Warning, this scenario is considered obsolete as it doesn't explain many latest game mechanics, while many aspects explained in it are no longer worth learning at the beginning due to more developed automation in the game. It's going to be replaced with a different approach of educating new players about the game in the next months. While it still works, there are more up-to-date tutorials made by the community on YouTube, Fandom, Wiki, Steam. Our recommendation is to use them instead until the new tutorial is complete. Thank you for your attention. Let's go ahead and cancel then. Let's just go ahead and jump right into whatever this is. U96. One of the first V2C U-boats, U96 launches in Kiel. Leaving its home port behind, it completes a very successful patrol on the Atlantic, during which it manages to sink 7 Allied freighters and 2 convoys. U96 now arrives to French ports on Atlantic, from where its crew will continue a promising career. Skippers among themselves call the current period happy times, because Allies don't seem to be ready for the fight against modern U-boats. Alright. Audio language, German, dynamic, gameplay. We'll just leave everything, we'll just leave this normal and see what it's like. Preset balance. Is this the entertaining, balanced, realistic? Okay, so this is like the difficulty level here. Sure. Use this option, here we go. Customize the skipper. Oh, cool. So we get to actually pick like our clothes and stuff. Huh. Well, let's see. A jacket. Ooh. I kind of like that shirt. Let's go with that one. And then for pants, we have 2. Not quite as many options. Accessories. Ooh, a pipe. Glasses. Eye patch. Or binoculars. I like the pipe. Hairstyle. Bald. Can we get a big burly beard? Yeah, let's go with the big beard. And hair color. Red. Why not? Complexion. Oh, we got different complexions, huh? Well, one looks old and grizzled. That's a little too old and grizzled. Let's go with this one. Face type. Ooh. Yeah, he looks mean. Alright, sure. Captain. Das Nosen. I have no idea if that's how you say nose in German. But I'm pretty sure Das means the. So this game is pretty interesting from the little bit that I've watched other people play it. I've been looking forward to a game like this for a long time, and I hope that development continues to improve it and eventually get it out of early access, because it looks pretty fantastic. Now, I picked it up on sale. You can get it on sale for about $15 or less. I think it's normally like 25 to 30 bucks in early access, mind you. But I'm pretty sure at this point it's very close to exiting early access, or at least it seems that way to me. Okay. New contact detection. Das Nosen. We can zoom out. Oh, cool. So we're at port. I have no idea how to leave port. UBOATopedia. Let's take a look at what UBOATopedia says. Doesn't say anything. Journal? Activity. Enter contents. So these are actually things that we can keep track of our own notes. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. That's sort of weird. So, I'm gonna have to see if there is a setting that locks the screen. Full screen windowed. Maybe that's what I want? I don't know. Yeah, I can't get, okay, there we go. I have to be very careful not to move my mouse too far to the screen edge, or it jumps to my other screen. Alright, so what do we need to do? Maybe I should have done the tutorial. Okay, I can grab the mouse and move it down here. I've got all these different crew members. Our cook, the engine man, with an extra crew member there. The back of the boat, this is where our torpedoes would be stored, in our aft torpedoes, I believe. I'm bound to get some of these nautical terminology, or some of this nautical terminology wrong, so please don't crucify me in the comments. But feel free to educate me. I hear a ticking. Battery capacity is at 93%. Fuel is at 91. Oxygen. So this is the discipline that I was talking about. Reputation. Oh, I know what I did. I must have set it to like ×5 fast travel. That's what it was. Ah, middle mouse button. Okay, middle mouse button, I remember that now. Ship's buoyancy is at 100%. Vessels detected. Where? Don't see any vessels detected. We have all of these tools. That's kind of cool. So we can set a marker if we want. We can draw lines. We can use protractors to create angles, or compasses to create circles. All of this is pretty helpful for various tasks. We have a budget of 6,000 by headquarters to resupply. Oh, I keep pushing that. That is not what I want to do. What I do want to do is send my captain to get supplies, maybe.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Okay. WASD keys are helpful.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Kurs setzen.
Alright, we can pause the game. That's good. So what am I supposed to...
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Alright. I want him to go buy something. I think is what we're supposed to be doing. Can I make him do that? Alright, he's climbing up now. Let's see, if I press... Okay. Yep, he's leaving the bridge and he's heading over there. Cool. So we're gonna see if we can't muster some supplies. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Herr Kaloi? Kapitän? Herr Kaloi?
Where are we at? Here we go. Okay. He went over there, but...
Was brauchst du, Herr Kaloi?
Ah, here we go. Cool. Show me what you've got. Enter the ship. Upgrade mode. Yeah.
Schau mal.
Take a look. Sweet. Okay, so we could buy extra scrap metal, pork, potassium absorbers, potassium permanganate is in the absorbers react with carbon dioxide and effectively clear it from the air, extending the time of its usefulness for breathing. So yeah, it absorbs CO2. If we're underwater for a very long time, these allow us to stay underwater without getting dizzy and passing out. Let's see if we can't buy some pork. How much money do we have? It's 700. Yeah, let's take the pork. High explosive ammo. Canned bread. Let's take some more of this. Might as well take as much of this as we can, right? Do we have a full complement of torpedoes? It looks like we do. Fuel. I think we are mostly caught up on fuel. And ammunition is good. Food is good. We could get some more of this. Probably don't need that many though, right? Like, let's get like... that many? And then, I don't know if we have any of these, so we might as well grab like some of this too. I want some money for some reason. Okay, let's see. That should be good for now. I have no idea how to use any of that, but we'll figure it out. Most of our stats are pretty high again. And I want to go to normal speed. Alright. Do we have a mission? I think we have to talk to somebody to get a mission. Okay, there are people here to talk to.
Kapitän, das kann deine neue Crew sein. Lassen Sie mich wissen, wenn Sie Ihre Dokumente sehen möchten.
Captain, this may be your crew. Show me their files. I will choose my crew for the next assignment. Sure. Oh, okay. Crew management menu. Alright. How many more crew do we need? I've got quite a few. Do I want to add any more? I guess it looks like I have a couple more bunks. Yeah, so now we're full. That's probably good. Alright, and then this guy.
Kapitän, das kann deine neue Crew sein. Lassen Sie mich wissen, wenn Sie Ihre Dokumente sehen möchten.
Did I click on the same guy? I must have. This is the guy, Klaus.
Beim BDU wird viel über Ihre
Klaus will
nächste
give me a
Patrouillenfahrt geredet.
task if I'm not
Gute
mistaken.
Arbeit.
Okay, are there any orders from the Admiralty? We could ask for a favor. What's new in the headquarters? Let's
Dies
ask for
sind die heutigen
orders.
Aufträge vom BDU. Streng geheim.
So our orders are to patrol sector CE or patrol sector AL or attack at Portmouth Port. So each one of these is going to have different difficulties and also different rewards. We'll take the easy task first, obviously. So the first thing we need to do is travel to CE on the map in the North Atlantic. Travel a total distance of 2,000 kilometers inside it to complete our patrol. You may receive additional orders after reaching the area. Secondary objectives are to sink 4,000 tons of enemy trade ships. And we get a reward of 10,000 currency. And Wolfgang Wagner engineers are specialists in usage and conservation of devices on board. So we'll get a new engineered character who can help with engineering stuff, I suppose. Strong winds are forecasted in the target area. Strong winds could indicate bad weather, which is generally good for us because we can avoid weather since we can go under it. So yeah, we'll select this task and say goodbye. Alright, so F1? Let's go through the different F keys. So F1 takes us to the observation deck, also known as the Ouzo. This is where we have binoculars, and we can go into manual mode. We should be able to turn these with the WASD keys. Yep. So we can kind of look around. This will give us a bearing, which is nice. And we can also use some of these tick marks to sort of estimate distances or travel speeds of ships. What's this do? This sets it to our current heading. So this will basically refocus us to the front. If we're off looking at the rear and we want to quickly see what's in front of us, just click this. That works. Okay. I don't know how to get out. Maybe escape? Yeah. F2 takes us to the bridge, it looks like. This is a depth station. Cannot be used on the surface. Okay, so here's our map. How did I get that to... Oh, here we go. We are currently in known area and there is no risk of getting lost. Okay, so we don't need navigation. There's a thing up here, Hans Warehouse. Okay, this is another spot where we can get supplies, just like we did earlier. What does F2 take us to? That was F2. What does F3 take us to? F3 takes us to this view. F4? Okay. This is our engine control. What is F5? This is our depth control. Periscope depth, maximum safe depth. Deck awash. So this is just the top of our ship, and barely out of the water. Surface the ship. That's where we're at currently, and that was F6. No, F5. So F5 is how to go up and down. F4 is the controls there. This is our rudder control. So we can set our rudder to various degrees to help turn the ship. I don't think we need to worry about that right now. That is F6. F7 is our missions. Your order is to patrol sector CE. Good luck. F8 is the saving of the game. I remember that. F7 or F8 saves and F9 is quick load. So that will take me back to my last save. Okay, if I zoom out, there's got to be. Is it? One of these took me to the map earlier. There we go. CE, huh? Where is that? That's a big world view there. Alright, so I'm not sure how to get our objective to pop up on the map. Oh, here we go. We got a long ways to go. So CE is all the way out here. Okay, so we need to get through the Bay of Biscay and then head all the way out to here, spend 2,000 miles traveling, and try to shoot down anything that we run into. I see. Okay, so let's plot a course. We should just plot a course as direct as possible, I would imagine. Set course. Alright, are we... Are we ready to set course? I guess let's set course here. Then there. Then we can head all the way out to... Well, let's just get out of here first, right? Alright. So hopefully everybody's on board and we can get going. So F4 was our engines. Oh, and they're in German. Electric motors. Okay, diesel motors on. And that's reverse. That's forward 1. Let's see if we move. I'm not sure. There's got to be something I got to do to undock the ship, right? Oh, yeah, maybe unpause the game? That might help. Let's see if we start moving. We're moving. I think I did it, guys. I think I got my ship off the dock. Alright, cool. Now that we're moving and we're not in any danger of running into anything, I'm going to go ahead and set us to a faster speed. Cool. Double clicking on a character takes us to that position. That's kind of cool. Alright, what? Oh. I think I am that character. That's looking cool. Yeah, let's listen to the radio. Or actually, no, there's a way to actually... Oh, this is cool. There's a way to actually play the radio. But I don't know where it's at. Turn around and come back this way. I think it's in here somewhere. There's actually like a record player. Okay, here's one of my torpedo rooms. Man, can you imagine actually being in one of these things out at sea? With such cramped quarters. Playing cards. He just booted me out of the way. Oh, here we go. Can I turn this on? How do I interact with this thing?
Jawohl.
Manual mode. Okay, well, let's pick a different character.
Kapitän.
Let's go to our captain. Where's Captain at? Captain is on the binoculars still. Cool. Zooming out, we can see that we are... traveling the course that I set earlier. If I go to the map... Cool, so we're sort of making progress here. And then from this spot, we need to head all the way out to here.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Cool. So that should get us, whoa. That should get us out of here, and we might as well go to fast engines now, right? So now we're traveling at 8 knots, 10 knots. I'm not sure how fast these particular submarines travel. Most submarines from this era had a top speed somewhere around 20 knots or lower, while on the surface they are much slower when underwater. So we're moving at 13 knots currently, and this is going to take quite a while for us to get over there. So one of the things that happens as you're traveling, you'll encounter other things, including patrolling aircraft, other ships, convoys. Sometimes you'll run into them while you're on your way to your patrol or other missions, and so you'll have to constantly adapt to whatever's going on. Okay. I can put this away. Center view, okay. That's our budget, telegraphing, depth meter, rudder control, map. Cool. Targeting site observation officer. Watches the target's increase equal to sight range. If ordered, he can aim torpedoes at chosen target. Additional sailors. The sailor of the observation and aiming speed increased. Range of observation and aiming speed increased. So having more people up here increases the speed at which we track and acquire targets. These are the officers, and then we can assign crew to help them. Currently 2 of 18 sailors are on duty. It has no effect on the discipline. Okay, so there is a real reason to use the time compression, because this does take an awful long time if you play it at normal speed. You can see we are not moving very quick. It's going to take us probably a couple of days to travel. What are we looking at? How many kilometers? That was 38. Jeez. This is over 2,000 kilometers to get out there. And again, we're only traveling at 15 knots, I think. What was it? 17, 18. So yeah, we're close to 20 knots at this speed. We have one more gear. It's not generally a good idea to travel at this speed because it burns through a lot more diesel fuel. The faster you travel, the more fuel you burn per kilometer, basically. Vessels detected. I don't know why this is still showing up. We managed to detect some vessels nearby. I'm not seeing any vessels detected, but sure. Ships buoyancy. So we're getting torpedoes ready. That's kind of cool. You have to prep your torpedoes in this game. It does take quite a while to prep a torpedo. So you can't just instantly fire them and reload them like you can a lot of other weaponry in modern world. I have no idea how to check that though. I suppose if we go to like one of our characters and then I go and look at the torpedo room, we can kind of see that happening. Okay. Alfred Wachter is prepping torpedoes. How do I... There should be a... like one of those little dials for torpedoes. Oh.
Jawohl.
Alright, so now he's got a helper. And this is how you kind of control morale. So you grab your guys and move them to various tasks. And when they're not in need of doing something, you can let them rest. And that will improve morale. The more workers you have doing things, eventually they get fatigued. Oh, that's cool. And then they won't perform as well, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. That's kind of cool. Can I go underwater? Oh, I can. Wow, the water is actually quite shallow. I sure hope there's no, like, aquatic life. That would be kind of cool if there was, but it would also be kind of terrifying. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the armament of these particular underwater boats, shall we say. These aren't actual true submarines in the sense that we think of them today, because they're not really designed to travel underwater for really long periods of time. It was more of an evasive tactic and a way to get really close to enemies, but it wasn't the primary form of travel. You travel really slow when you're underwater, so it's not generally a good idea to be underwater most of the time. Most of the time you're going to be on the surface traveling just like this. So that's kind of a cool little aspect of real life realism that is part of this game. Weaponry, we have, I believe, 4 torpedo tubes on the front of our ship, and I can't remember if we carry 8 torpedoes or 12 torpedoes in the front. I think it might be 12, so 4 in the tubes plus 8 on the racks. And then in the back we have 1 torpedo tube with a couple of extra torpedoes back there. Numbers I could be off on, but this varies depending on the model of the U-boat that you are using. Most U-boats also will have a deck gun. This could be anywhere from a 4-inch to a 6-inch deck gun. Those would be used to fire on enemy ships, particularly ones that aren't armed, and it's a much more efficient way of sinking enemy ships than using torpedoes, which are quite expensive and you have a very limited supply of, but you have a lot of ammunition for your deck gun. And then in the back of the ship there is a smaller gun, kind of in a crow's nest there, if you can see it, and that gun is the anti-aircraft gun. So whenever aircraft spot us and try to sink us with bombs and depth charges and whatnot, we could try to shoot them down if we're on the surface with that gun. Alright, tube 3 has been loaded. That's good. So our tubes are getting loaded. Light switch. All compartments are dry. Okay, this is our pump. We don't need to worry about that. Oh, is he going to turn the lights red? No. Let's see if he does. Yep. That's the night lights. So whenever you're... Oh, interesting. How many different settings do we have? Huh. Cool. So a lot of times at night you will switch to red. I can't remember if they would switch to red whenever they were under attack, sort of to alert everybody. And seems like something I would do. Alright, let's take a look at how far we've made it. If we go to our map view, you can see that we've almost made it past this rock, but we've got a long, long ways to go yet. So I can actually speed up time by 12. That should make this go a little bit faster. We could also go to 48. Yeah, that's more appropriate. I don't want to go too fast because I'm trying to learn things as I'm going. Group detected. Okay. What did I detect?
Rohr 5 geladen.
Let's... We managed to detect a group of units nearby. La Rochelle. I think this is the same thing that we were seeing earlier. Alright, well let's see if we can get somebody on the... Are we going to be able to hear anybody on the hydrophones without going underwater? We may have to go on submerged to go underwater. Torpedoes. Maintenance officer is performing work on the torpedo to eliminate the risk of a dud. Hydrophone officer. Alright. Here we go. We're listening. These are our engines. Kind of hear. Kind of hear something ahead of us. Alright, so whatever that bearing is.
Kapitän?
That should be. Where am I at? Whoa. So there's something in front of us. Hard to say where, though.
Herr Kaloy?
Alright, let's set this to our heading. See if I can make anything out. It should be something like. Wait. Is that just marking my. I think that's just marking the direction of my heading. Okay. So you can zoom in. I have color filters. It makes it a little easier to see under some lighting conditions. I can zoom. Identification book. Speedometer tool. So this is how we take time. We actually have a little stopwatch. And this will tell us certain amounts of time that we need to track within the game, which is a pretty neat little thing. And then what does this do? Oh, this is what I was looking for. So this shows us that our torpedoes are ready. Torpedoes have to be heated up. They are actually propelled by steam. And so in order to travel and be ready to go, you have to heat them up. So loading a tube, the tube is only part of the process. You actually have to get it ready to fire by prepping them. And that's what those officers and other players were doing, other crew members were doing earlier. A lot of this is stuff I have no idea how to really control, so I think I'm definitely going to have to play some tutorials at some point to figure some of this out. Maybe watch some videos, but pretty neat, pretty cool looking game. We'll see if we can't figure out how to do anything. Oh, that sped things up really fast. Let's go back to the world map and switch to 48 times again. We're making pretty good time at that zoom level, but this is the zoom level that we are actually traveling at. And so this is why you can see they have various time dilation. Entering area. Okay. So we entered a new area. Is the game paused? Looks like it's paused. This... there we go. Our boat is now in the open sea, far from anything else. Travel speed on the map is now much faster. Good to know. Ship's buoyancy and visibility. The visibility of our ship in the current environment. Noise decibels. Radar signature. Radars whose wavelength is longer than this value won't be able to detect you. Okay, good to know. Let's keep moving. This is telling me the day-night cycle, I guess. So according to this, we've been out to sea for 18 hours, so almost a full day to get from here to here. So you can see it's going to take us at least 2, maybe 2.5 days to get to our patrol zone. That's something we'll want to keep track of. Also, our fuel. It's taken us roughly 10% of our fuel to get here. So that's also good to know. It's probably a good idea to keep track of how much fuel we have when we reach this point, so that we know sort of how much fuel we need to leave this area with in order to get back. I have no idea if there's anything else I should be doing. There's some buttons here that I can click. Alright, that takes me to him. Yeah, I wanna look at the map. How do I do that?
Kapitän.
Station is occupied, okay. Observation periscope. Let's go back to the map. Alright, we're getting close to our patrol zone. I have one person working on the navigation. Yes, I'm gonna go to him. Officer is resting in his bunk. How do I take this guy that I assigned to him and move him back to observation deck? I guess I still want 2 officers on the observation deck, because we want to make sure we see anything that is nearby, right? Center view. Alright, so, yeah. People are moving around. Not not sure what else I would want to do at this point. Looks like everybody's sort of just doing their tasks manually, which is nice. I don't have to control a lot. This is giving me weather. Alright, so once we get here, we need to travel approximately 2,000 miles. So let's go something like
Kurs setzen.
there.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Jawohl.
See. We'll see what this patrol looks like. So now we are traveling 2,000 kilometers inside the marked area. We want to go to patrol sector reached. We want to pause this, and I need to go to the radio station, I think. So who's my radio officer?
Herr Kaloi.
Where are you at? Missing radio operator. Who is
Kapitän.
table officer bunk? Hatch. Here. This is where I want you.
Herr Kaloi.
Yes, radio room. How do I move you to the radio room? This station is currently
Herr
unused.
Kaloi. Kapitän.
Leave this position. Okay, let's see. Why can I not walk?
Bestätigt.
Very weird. Ship's desk. Open the ship log. Sort of stuck here though.
Herr Kaloi. Herr Kaloi. Kapitän.
Navigation. I need somebody on the radio. Leave this position. Should be able to go down this ladder somehow. There we go. That's how I use my run. Tab to open management screen. Ventilation. Interesting. Okay. it looked like I was going down. Alright, well, I am definitely fumbling around here. So let's see if I can...
Herr Kaloi.
go to a different character? There we go. Oh, there's the captain. Finally showed up at his bunk. Where was that radio at? Bow torpedo room. It's gonna be. That's the sonar room. Here we go. This is the room I want.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
Scanning radio frequencies. This is what I needed to do. Because this is when you hit your patrol, you're supposed to send a radio signal, right? Radio Gibraltar. How to scan frequencies? Alright, well, I don't...
Herr Kaloi.
We'll leave him there for now. Let's... FPP... Let's pause this. I'm not sure what buttons I need to press here. I guess I should have paid a little more attention earlier, but we could... Yeah, I can't even get out of here now. I'm sort of stuck. Close?
Kapitän.
Alright, so he's managing the diesel engines. How do I get back to the world map? Resume game. Saving game. It was like F3. There we go. This is what I wanted to get back to. Okay. Just go back to here for now. I'm definitely going to have to spend some time figuring out how to control these people a little bit better. Keep in mind, this is my very first time playing this, and this is a learning experience for sure. So my first impressions are there are a lot of controls that you're going to have to learn. Management. Schedule. Tasks. So it sort of automates all of this for you, but you have full control over all these things. Squads, morning shift, evening shift, night shift. Add sailors to various characters, so you put them under your officer's command. Okay. Everybody's ready. I'm not sure how to mess with this right now, or if we even need to. Headquarters. Click to start a new operation. Okay. So we have our lights on. That's interesting. Not sure why we would be traveling with our lights on, but that seems like a really bad idea. How do I get somebody to turn the lights off? Well, let's see. F1, F2. Here we go. I think I just moved my engineer to the searchlight for no obvious reason. Yes, I did. I could use somebody on the sonar. Alright, well, he's on the radio. Who's on the hydrophones? Is anybody? I need somebody on the hydrophones.
Kapitän?
Let's have you leave position. And let's see if we can't put you on hydrophones. Which were this.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
Cool. Alright, so let's take a look at wait, I've got a using hydrophone officer tries to detect new contacts. If ordered, he can aim torpedoes at chosen target. Additional sailors. One sailor detection range increased by 25%. Yes. How do I add sailors to you? So there should be, yeah, you.
Jawohl.
There we go. Cool. Got an extra sailor listening on the hydrophones now. This should provide us information on any contacts that we encounter, hopefully. Can I put two? Patrol sector reach, missing radio operator. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're supposed to use the radio operator to send a message. I thought I tried to do that earlier, but it didn't seem to work. Speaking of which, we're at 60% fuel now. I think we need to slow our engines down. I think we're traveling much too fast. And that's burning up our fuel far too quickly. We're never going to get 2,000 miles of travel at this rate. Okay. So I've got a marker out here. Is that just the bow of my ship? It seems to disappear when I turn. Not sure what that is. Could just be my point, this point here maybe. Alright, well let's go ahead and speed time up again and see if we can't encounter something, get a little bit of excitement. Collect information on all contacts. Oh, here we go. Radio officer. Unassigned. So this might be an easy way to assign various people to various tasks. Ooh, it's very dark. Medic. But that zoomed us way in. Patrol Sector CE. We're traveling much slower now, but hopefully we're not burning through fuel as fast. Looks like we got a thunderstorm. Batteries are close to depletion. The energy in the batteries is very low level. How do I charge my batteries? Haven't I been using... Hold on a second. We should be on the surface. And we should have been using diesel engines, right? Fuel consumed by diesel engines. Oxygen. Discipline. Diesel motors. So one of the things about submarines, when they travel on the surface, they tend to run on diesel engines, but whenever they go underwater, they have to switch to electric motors, and you have very limited supply of electric motors. You have to manually switch to electric motors. I might have accidentally done that at some point, and so we've been running on electric motors for some time now. I don't know how to monitor that. This is not... None of those keys actually take me to...
Herr Kaloi.
Information on my electric motors.
Herr Kaloi.
This guy's in the engine room.
Herr Kaloi.
These are the diesel engines, I believe. Here we go, engine room. I don't know what this button does. And I don't know how to check my batteries. So this is my fuel. Oh, here we go. Battery capacity. Energy is generated by diesel engines and consumed by many devices on the boat. Alright, cool. Well, it's daytime now. We have no radio operator still. I thought I put somebody on the radio, but apparently they got tired and went to bed, or... I suppose that happens from time to time. This bar at the bottom has to be some measurement of fatigue. So when the bar is nearly depleted, I would imagine that the fatigue is setting in. They do have experience. That's interesting. Rest. Give officers some free time to rest and regain. Add sailors under his command. Character screen. Level 1 leader. Customize skills. Oh, interesting. So there really is an RPG element to this. Leaders take care of crew matters and they control devices meant for visual observation. Expert. Assignments performed by the officer in the headquarters are done 35% faster. Cool. And then we unlock new traits. Promote. He can't promote himself. He's the captain, I would imagine. Customize. This just lets us set all this stuff again. We could assign him to any one of these things. This is not necessary. He will help with navigation. Gunner. Unassigned watch officer. Alright. And I think only our officers have the ability to be customized, so these guys here.
Kapitän.
Skills. So he is a leader, but he also has connections. This officer meets all class requirements for the missions in the headquarters. I don't know what that means. So he is the one that we were just looking at. The boatswain always tries to handle crew issues. When this is not necessary, he will help with navigation. Alright, so he's like my first mate, I guess. I imagine this is my engineer. Chief engineer. Skills. Engineers are specialists in the usage and conservation of devices on board. This officer can be assigned to work in the galley. He provides a discipline bonus for the crew by working there. So he's also the cook. Or can be. Alright, this guy is my mechanic. He has the engineer trait, and he also has requires missions from headquarters. This guy is the medic. B has the Radio Man. Radio Men are specialists in telecommunication device usage. They may also obtain medical training. Assignments performed by the officer in headquarters are done 35% faster. Alright, well, it would be nice if we could ever locate some enemy ships. But I'm not sure how we go about doing that. I know. Well, that's not completely true.
Herr Kaloy.
This guy's resting. This arrows are pointing this direction, meaning the bar is filling up, I would imagine. Not quite sure how this works. Recovers lost energy. This must be characters that are losing energy. His bar seems full, so let's take a look at him.
Herr Kaloy.
Can we move him? So I want to move him to here.
Jawohl.
Okay, cool. Alright, do we have any contacts? Doesn't look like we have any contacts currently. But having guys on the hydrophones will definitely help make sure that we find contacts. Alright, we have done approximately 15-20% of our mission here. That can go away, I don't need that up there. We're about to make a hard turn here. Our fuel is fine. We can actually go quite a bit further with using fuel at this speed. Do I have anybody on the observation deck? Yep, I do. Alright. Well, I suppose we just keep going. This should put us very close to our 2,000 kilometers once we finish this next little piece of our route. And then heading back to that top corner at BE should finish us. We are not getting the sink enemy ships thing done at all. Unfortunately, we're not running into any enemy ships. Oh wait. Wow, we could sail all the way over here. There really is nothing stopping us from not sailing here other than we have this assignment, so we get rewards basically for doing this. Okay, we're gonna need a new course, so I guess we'll
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
go ahead and
Zu Befehl.
finish that. And that should put us at 2,000 kilometers, or very close to it, inside of this particular grid. Not sure how many more
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Jawohl.
kilometers we need, but that should be just shy. There we go. So that was just about perfect. We get to head back to.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Alright, so now we're in yellow. We have about 4,000 kilometers that we can travel at this particular speed. So we do have enough fuel to make it back to base, which is good to know. And in a pinch, I could run our electric engines for a while. That will help you conserve fuel, but then you have the potential of not having electric power when you need it. Ooh. Visibility has gotten really bad due to the thunderstorm, it looks like. So it's unlikely we're going to find anybody in this particular patrol, unfortunately. I guess we could go ahead and speed up time even faster. What does this button do? Oh. It made that menu disappear. Well, if I wanted it back, what would I do? Oh, I moved it up here, it looks like. Ah. So I see now. So it moves it to a different location on the screen. That's fine. I'm rather disappointed that I don't know how to actually find ships. I'm not sure if just having somebody on here is enough. I would imagine that at some point, if we get close enough to a ship, we should get some kind of a communication from this gentleman marking the position on the map. That would be my expectation, but again, I don't know. Alright, we got 26,000 kilometers available.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Jawohl.
Fuel is running awful low. We're just barely gonna make it back to port.
Kurs setzen.
Oh. travel at a slower speed, but we don't have that many kilometers left to go.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
The loading screen again. We're entering another territory. And at this particular zoom, we are not able to speed up time faster than 48, which is fine. We are able to zoom in further now, though, I imagine.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
I'm trying to remember, how do I rotate the camera?
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Yeah, no, I just want to go this way. I'm not sure why it keeps trying to route me all the way around. Very bizarre. Alright, we should be able to set to port soon. Keeps freezing me.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Alright. Let's see how we're doing. Looks like we're supposed to...
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Oh, cool. We're in port. Okay, so it did lock us into port. Alright, so now I can pause time and we can refuel and all of these other great things that you would do in port. But this was an interesting experience. There is a lot of stuff that I need to learn how to do in this game before we can seriously play it on the channel. But I did want to give you my first impression of it, and my first impression is that it's pretty detailed and pretty neat, and I'm not 100% sure how long it's going to take to learn some of these things. I would be interested to see what their new tutorial looks like, and even what their old tutorial looks like. I'm sure that the old tutorial probably did an adequate job at getting people to learn the game to some extent before they had updated a number of things. So clearly they need to redo that tutorial from the sounds of the message at the beginning of the video. I'll be playing around with this one off camera quite a bit over the next couple of weeks, and once I feel I have a better grasp of it, it's definitely something that could make it onto the channel in a more regular sense. So if you would like to see more games like this, obviously this one in particular, please let me know in the comment section below if you have any interest in this and any interest in watching me play it in particular. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there that already play this game that you can get a better sense for how the game is played. I just sort of fumbled through it today, but the main thing is I wanted to let people know that I have this game. I'm interested in learning it and maybe helping you guys learn it as well if anybody out there is also interested in World War II submarines, like I am. So that was my very long form first impression of U-Boat. I think it's a beautiful game. I think it's a pretty reasonably good simulator for what it is trying to do. But I could tell that it's quite complicated, and until you've learned how to navigate all the different screens and menus, I can imagine that it can be quite frustrating until you learn everything. So I'll spend some time off camera learning some of the details, and we'll pick this up again and give it a try at a later date. But I did want to let everybody know that this game is available on Steam at a very reasonable price for the next 12 hours or so, at which point it will no longer be on sale, but there are going to be several sales in the next 3 months. So if you are interested in this game, please take a look at it. See if you can pick it up on a Steam sale during the holidays. It might be worth grabbing.